Hello, hello! I am so happy to see you here because today we're gonna plan October in our bullet journals. My name is Carla, this is our Katie. Welcome to the channel. I am so very excited for this video because October is one of my favorite months. It's that month of the year in which you can be anything that you want to be. Like, look at me. I just went a little bit crazy with my makeup because, you know, it's October, and in October Halloween happens. And I don't know if you celebrate Halloween or you don't celebrate Halloween. I just feel that for me it has been a special holiday in my life, even though I don't know. I enjoy many different things in life, but just the idea of being able to dress up as my favorite characters, as something that I enjoy and like, it has always been magical since I was a little girl. And through the years here in the channel, I share with you different themes for October in my bullet journal. I have anything like Beetlejuice, that is so Halloween, right? I also have other things that could apply to October, such as steampunk, actually sort of like related to what we're gonna see today. And if Halloween is just not your cup of tea, there's also videos inspiring art movements, like, you know, that I have like tiles, Mexican tiles, Frida Kahlo, so a lot of Mexico, of course. And there's also Van Gogh, which, you know, that I love and admire, Salvador Dali, which, oh my God, you know, he's a genius, and just so many other things. But specifically for October, I've done Beetlejuice, as I mentioned, I've done Alice in Wonderland, and I've done Angels and Demons, because very Halloweeny. But as I was telling you, there's plenty others if you'd rather not do anything Halloweeny. But as you can see, I love it, and I'm not a makeup artist, but I've been really getting inspiration from a series called Glow Up, which I love and adore. And I of course don't have the skills that these makeup artists have. I just admire them and get inspired in them. And I've been thinking what I could do for October this year. And I of course consider Barbie, because, well, Barbie, but then I was like, no, something else. And then I saw Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, or whatever the name of the movie is, and I was just so inspired by it. It just has so many different art movements there. And I thought of it, and I was like, but do I really want to do a Spider-Man? I'm trying not to, you know, just do, I don't know, Marvel and DC and stuff like that, although I love them. But I'm trying to do something more, I guess, art related. And eventually, speaking of things that I see on Netflix, particularly on Netflix, I saw this series called Cyberpunk Edge Runners, and I love the art there. The story is good. I didn't like the ending, but the art it was just such a source of inspiration for me. And in a way, I thought it was similar to Spider-Verse, although, I mean, each character there in the Spider-Verse has their own like style regarding art. And there's this, of course, Spider-Punk, which he was lovely, and I really liked the character and everything that was there in his world. But anyway, so I was like, well, let's do Cyberpunk. It's like, it's calling me, which is, you know, why you see me like this today, having a little fun with my makeup. So this is why the theme of the month during this October is Cyberpunk. Now, in my previous video in which I shared with you the cover that we're gonna use to plan these months in our bullet journal, there's I explain a little bit what Cyberpunk is, and I will do so again while I'm, you know, doodling and drawing and whatnot. But it's a, you know, it's a subgenre of science fiction, and there's just so much there. I mean, it's super high tech, but on the other side, like, some people usually are just, you know, strolling with life. And that dichotomy of, you know, super advanced in technology, you should have everything that you want, but at the same time, there's people really struggling out there because resources and whatnot are, you know, not at the reach of everyone's hands. So I don't know, I'm not a super expert in the subgenre, but I do love the art, and I just I wanted to share with you this month. So let's just get ready, okay? Let's just go ahead and start planning. Get your materials out, your notebook, anything that you need to plan this month for the success that it deserves. And of course, if you're just here to hang out, get a snack, get something to drink, and let's have some fun. I'll see you at the end of the video. Before the planning begins, let me show you the materials. As you can see, I'm using some very old crayons that I even kept in a very old cosmetics box. Those along with my acrylic markers and my bullet journal. Now let's see how we mix them and make something really fun. Here is my calendar for this month. Remember that you can look for the link to download it in my description box. It's completely free. It's just to show you the appreciation that I have towards you because you join me every single month for a new video. She is a cyberpunk girl named Billie, and I just love her. I really like how she came up. And I already shared with you the video in which she came to be. In that video, I explained to you how cyberpunk is a subgenre of science fiction in a dystopian futuristic setting that tends to focus on a combination of low life and high tech, featuring futuristic technological and scientific achievements, such as artificial intelligence and cyberware, juxtaposed with social collapse, dystopia, and decay. All of this rooted in the new wave science fiction movement in 1960s and 1970s, and how we got to Hollywood in movies such as Blade Runner and The Matrix. And of course, it was really used in comic books and mangas like Akira and Frank Miller's Ronin. As I kept planning, I don't know if you think the same, but I thought my drawings look more punk than cyber. So I decided to research a little bit about the punk subculture, which includes so many ideologies. I mean, there's fashion, visual arts, dance, literature, and of course film. It is largely characterized by anti-establishment views, the promotion of individual freedom, and the DIY ethics. Of course, the culture originated from punk rock. The punk ethos is primarily made up of beliefs such as nonconformity, anti-authoritarianism, anti-corporatism, a do-it-yourself ethic, anti-consumerism, anti-corporate grid, direct action, and not selling out. I learned that from punk, there's many subgenres such as cyberpunk that we're learning today, steampunk, splatterpunk, and solarpunk. In cyberpunk, we even find biopunk, nanopunk, and post-cyberpunk, while in steampunk, we have clunkpunk, dieselpunk, and atompunk. I researched a little bit more, and I read that cyberpunk is the only one that's properly punk out of the whole bunch. As we know, punk is an anti-authoritarian movement, and cyberpunk's characters that range against a dystopian future of corporate control actually use that mindset, while steampunk is not anti-authoritarian but rather a time period and a technology expanded beyond all sense. In early cyberpunk, the authors, the artists, saw the future as not being that nice. The system was cynical or awful, and the heroes tended to be people like hackers and journalists, or even criminals who were living on the edge and improvising as they went. Which is why some people will agree that, bluntly, cyberpunk just means that technology is gonna take over. In its raw essence, cyberpunk is a view of the world which means that technology will not make life better for humanity, but only give the oppressor a different means of brutalizing the underclasses. which it isn't necessarily a technophobic genre. Far from it, it might be more like an unromantic view of technology's power. With all that information in mind, I try to draw elements that would give us the idea that there's technology there. I try to do neon signs, I try to incorporate cables, I try to do different things that will give us that idea of, okay, there's some cyber there. But I think there's more punk and probably 80s than cyber, and I would like to know what you think of it. I had a lot of fun setting up this month's theme, although the more I see it, the more I really wonder how much cyberpunk there is and how much there might just be punk and that's it. I would love to hear from you in the comments. If you happen to use Pinterest, I have a board with all of my different themes that I develop each and every month, and you'll see there's some of the inspiration I used to plan this month's journal. In it, you'll find the board for October 2023, and you'll see why I might be having this, confusion in which what's really the art form that I'm using to plan this month's theme. And it is because I use a lot of inspiration from Cyberpunk, which is a superhero appearing in the American comic book published by Marvel Comics, and it appeared on the new movie Spider-Verse. And I also use Cyberpunk Edge Runners, which is a series in Netflix that's amazing, you should see it, which is an anime series based on the video game Cyberpunk 2077. Sadly, my memory became full by the last layout, which is the weekly layout. I'm pointing you here how I just use different colors to do buildings, and then I added some detail to them. The idea is that every day of the month it's a building, so that this layout is a display of different buildings in which we can have this month's activities, next week's activities, any notes, and of course, whatever we need to write on the days of the week. And again, I added banners and some cables to bring the cyber back into the punk. Here is the final glimpse of the theme we created together. And soon I'll make it possible for you to not only view here in the channel, but also download it in my different stores. Thank you so much for joining me in one more video. I had a blast and I hope you did too. If you're liking my content, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you know there's someone out there that might benefit from my videos, don't forget to share with them. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. This helps me reach more people that like bullet journaling, art movements, materials, and all these things that I share here with you. I do these videos with a lot of love, thinking of what you might need, but if there's something out there that you think that I could do for you, just leave me the recommendation, leave me the tip, the idea in the comments, and I'm sure we'll get back to you. I'll do my best to do so, and also take any notes for future videos. Have a wonderful month, a lovely week, a wonderful day, and just have the best month ever. Enjoy it a lot, and you know, keep creative, keep safe, and always be kind. And I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye!
Please like and share my video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you next time!